What's up, everybody? Today's the day, Q&A video. I'm excited. I got lots of questions, probably with 2025 from you fans, both here in Asia and back home in Canada. So I'm excited. We're going to work through them. There's some fun ones. There's a little bit, some more serious ones, but hey, they're all good. So yeah, we'll get to it. I'm excited. Today is day 8 of my quarantine, which means I am halfway through. Week 1 is done. Week 2 is just beginning. So halfway there. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So pretty excited. Get this quarantine over with and get the season started. So stick with me and we'll get to these questions. Here we go. All right, first question. Here we go. It is from Calvin Chen 0416 on Instagram. Calvin says, "Hi, I'm a Uni Lions fan from Taiwan. Can I ask you for some advice on how to throw a good slider?" Well, Calvin, you're in luck. I have a baseball here today, and I do throw a slider, so I can kind of give you some pointers. First of all, grip isn't the most important thing. It's all about just kind of your comfort level of where your hand is on the ball. The most important thing is going to be wrist angle and where we get to wrist position when we throw. I like to take this horseshoe here and put 2 fingers down that side of the horseshoe. So all of my pressure is probably about 60% on my middle finger, 40% on my index finger. And I used to think really pressing in on that middle finger and trying to get over the ball like that. Over the years, I've kind of switched that and focused a little bit more on that index finger and having the ball come off the index finger and getting over that way. I found when I did the middle finger, it kind of got just spinny. It would come in like this rather than having a more of a slider spin. So that's something that helped me, is trying to think a little bit more index finger over the ball rather than just middle finger over the ball. Of course, if your index finger is going over the ball, your middle finger is also going to, but just thinking about that index finger getting over the ball created a little bit more action for me. Yeah, it's been a good pitch for me all through the years. I've switched a lot of pitches, but my slider has always been one that I've kept. Obviously played with a little bit here and there, but always had a slider in my arsenal. So good question. All right, next question is from Chris Wan from Instagram. Chris says, "Dear Brock, what do you think of the new not so juicy ball that the CPBL will use in the new season?" Obviously I have not been able to get a hold of the new ball yet. I think we'll have them in spring training, and I'll probably have a better idea of my thoughts on the ball by then, but as long as it feels somewhat similar to last year's ball. I mean, I liked the ball last year. Had a good grip to it. The seams are nice. I think any pitcher is always in for a ball that doesn't go as far. So yeah, I mean, it's all going to depend on feel once I get out of quarantine and into spring training and see how that ball feels during catch. But I'm sure it'll be fine. And as a pitcher, we always like a ball that doesn't go quite as far. All right, next is a popular question. I got a few of them. Chris 0211226 from Instagram. What is your favorite food in Taiwan? So there was a handful of people that asked me this question, and great question, because I know Taiwan is very well known for their food. Honestly, I have not had the chance to try too much different Taiwanese food yet through the couple months I was here last year. But that is kind of a goal of mine this year, is to get to try a little bit more of the local food, because I have heard so many good things about it. From what I have tried, I have to say the fruit in Taiwan is unbelievable. It's there's not really any different fruit than what I've had before, but just the quality of it and the ripeness of it it's unbelievable how good it is here. And as far as the Taiwanese food, something that I do like, that's probably not a popular answer, is the cold noodles. It's just an easy thing to eat and a quick, easy snack, but it's something I do like. But like I said, I'm also looking forward to trying new stuff this year, and getting out to a few more restaurants and whatnot this year to try some of what I heard is some of the world's best food. So I'm excited for that this year and trying some new stuff. All right, next up we got a man that I know is a big Uni Lions fan. I believe he's an American that lives here in Taiwan, Drew Red Fox Dondero. He's got a few questions here. He says, "First of all, congratulations on getting married." Thanks, Drew. "I'm curious, are you doing anything different, not only training-wise, but personally, to prepare yourself for a full season this year?" Yeah, I think it's a little bit different this year because, especially during this quarantine period, last year during quarantine, it was like you got to come out of quarantine and be ready to pitch as soon as possible. Obviously, we were in the middle of the season, so it was a very quick turnaround, and that provided a lot of challenges, both arm health-wise and just endurance-wise. But I think we got through that fairly well and made do with what you had to do. So this year, obviously, going to be able to have about a month of spring training or so once I get out of quarantine. So that's going to be nice to kind of ease that ramp into the season and ease the workload, kind of progress as we get closer to the season. So I think just having that comfortableness to ease in and not have to be ready like day one, ready to go, I think is really going to help this year, just to fine tune some things, get the arm nice and healthy, ready to go. I had a great off season, got some throwing in at home and a few bullpens, so feeling good coming into quarantine. Obviously, coming out of quarantine is going to be a whole new challenge again, but at least this year we have some time to figure that out. Next question. He says, also, have you become friends with any of the Taiwanese players? I'm sure the language barrier makes it difficult. It definitely does make it difficult, but we try our best. I think my few years in Asia, both Korea and Taiwan, I've kind of gone by the idea that if I show that I'm trying to be a good teammate, to maybe learn a little bit of the language, I think that goes a long way with the local guys. So, but as far as a specific teammate, in English we call him Monster. He's number 60, relief pitcher on the Lions. I'll take a shot at his Chinese name here, Cheng Chun Jen. He's hilarious, man. I have a lot of fun with him. His English is limited. My Chinese is obviously very limited, but we've got a few sayings that we say back and forth that are, they don't make any sense usually. They don't fit the situation, but it just puts a smile on your face, and we have a lot of fun and kind of rib each other back and forth. So I really enjoy being around him. He's a great teammate, and obviously had a really good year pitching last year. I think he was the breakout player of the year, if I saw that correctly. So yeah, we have a lot of fun together. And then you've got one final question here, which I was hoping nobody would ask, but he says, I forgot, I also meant to ask you, have you been practicing your moves for the MVP dances? Like you said, I did get married, so I had to dance at the wedding as well. Dancing is not something I enjoy doing, but it's if I'm the MVP and it means I got to dance, I'm looking forward to dancing a lot this year, and hopefully I'll get better by the end of the year. But I have not practiced, so we'll see what the first dance brings. But thanks for your questions, Drew. All right, next question is from WhenDanny0923 on Instagram. Danny says, what brings you to Asian baseball leagues? That's a good question, Danny. So I was in 2018, I was in AAA with the Houston Astros. That was the last time I played affiliated baseball in the States. That was with the Fresno Grizzlies in California. It obviously had a great time there, and at the end of the season, you kind of reevaluate where you are, where you stand in the organization. And at that time, Korea, the SK Wyverns, made me an offer, and it was a great opportunity for me, being 20. I think I was 24 at the time, and yeah, I kind of took the jump. I didn't know what to expect with Asian baseball leagues. I kind of went in blind a little bit, but the last 2 years and going into my third year now, it's been an absolute blast. So I'm looking forward to another season here. But yeah, it all kind of started from that one offer in Korea, and once I got there, it kind of just opened doors to Taiwan and moving forward. So it's been an amazing 2 years, and I'm looking forward to a third, and I've had a lot of fun over here. So yeah, looking forward to it. All right, next question from a guy I know through a few interviews and being on the field is Daniel Shi on Instagram. He's a reporter here in Taiwan. Daniel says, besides the Taiwan series, what's your favorite memory in Taiwan? I'm glad you put beside the Taiwan series, because that's obviously number one. That was a special experience. But something I always look back at and I really enjoyed was our trip to Hualien last year. Did a little bit of sightseeing while we were there and saw some cool places, a war memorial there, as well as a neat Starbucks made out of shipping containers. That whole Hualien area was incredible. The town was really cool. The train ride to get there was awesome. That kind of sightseeing stuff I really look back and I enjoy, and it's definitely something that stuck out from last year's experience. And yeah, I'm hoping to maybe do a little bit more, see some more of the country this year. And yeah, but that's definitely one of my top memories of last year, other than the Taiwan series, of course.